we have a problem. My chickens need to be fed. So what we're going to do here at the beginning of this video is just show you real quick 3 of these chickens, 3 different breeds. I forget the breeds of 2 of them. I know one's an Americana, the blue egg layer. So let's go check out some of the chicken feed I have. Come on! Alright, so currently I'm using this right here. It is 22% protein, which I prefer when they're that young, because those are only about 2 weeks old. I prefer this right here. It is 24% protein, but they didn't have any of this, so I got them this. So I actually don't have a feeder for my birds when they're this small, so I just put in this little thing here. Seems to work out fine. All right, here we go. There's that for you guys, and that's my dog. Yeah, so the heat lamp is not turned on at the moment. They don't really need it. And this is in my living room, unfortunately. It will go in my basement here soon, and then is outside as fast as possible because they start to stink. And a little showcase here. I got these tools off of Amazon for like super cheap. I mean, are they the best quality? I don't know, but they seem pretty good to me. This was like $50. This was like $30. This was, I think, around $50. It was like $48. I mean, you can't beat it. It works. This cuts wood. I don't care if it's name brand or not. It cuts wood, and it does what it needs to do. I have some peppers here that need to be picked. I just actually ate some. 2 of them, and they were pretty spicy, but I'm letting them get red here. So, you know, you can have them green like these, or you can let them get red. But when they're red, they have more flavor. They're supposed to be more spicy. So I just let them get red. And this was a heirloom tomato plant, purple tomatoes, but deer actually came up close to my house and ate them. So I'm not a deer hunter, but it's starting to sound like a pretty good idea right now. So I'm just gonna take a walk around here, go check out my chickens. And then after this, I'm gonna get started on making the chicken coop. I actually made a video a couple days ago and I said I was going to make the chicken coop that day, but I didn't. I actually had a dentist appointment I didn't know about. Luckily, they texted me and called me. So I got my teeth cleaned, everybody. I know you feel so much better now. So, but this right here is land. That's all mine, but I don't really use it for anything. You can't see it that well. There's a house right there, obviously, but that right there, I mean, it's almost an acre, if not an acre, and I'm not using it for anything. I'm trying to think of what to do with it. If you have any ideas, let me know. It's not flat, but it's, you know, it's not on a hill either, so it's doable. That's an old pool right there that I don't use anymore. I'm going to tear that down, hopefully put a metal garage right there. That would be pretty cool. So anyway, let's go check out the chickens and talk about some stuff. So, I don't know how old you are watching this video. Come on, let's go. Go. Yeah, he's gonna go and say hi to the chickens. I don't know how old you are watching this video, but either you or you have parents that have a 401k or some sort of like savings, retirement, investment accounts that make money when the market only goes up. And I think about this a lot, not really with myself. I have a small 401k just because the company I work for, they match, so it's like you might as well, you know, because it's like 100% return since they're matching you. But I think about like my mom. She's been saving in this kind of account all her life, and what would happen if the very currency that it's valued in becomes worthless? Now, I'm not saying it's going to, I'm not saying anything bad will happen. I'm just proposing the question. So I've kind of been thinking, at first, for quite a while, it would actually be beneficial because stocks are assets, and if there's inflation, then assets go up in price. And that's what we've actually been seeing right now with all this money printing. The stock market has been going up in price. So that's, there's so many. I need to get out of here. Say hi to the chickens. so many mosquitoes down here. I think there's probably water somewhere. Well, there is water. There's a creek actually down here. Let's walk over there. But anyway, if the dollar eventually goes completely to either almost worthless or worthless, then what do we have next? That's the question that I'm really thinking about all the time, and I don't think anyone has the answer to, at least no one in, you know, in like the real world, unless you're like some part of some secret organization that I don't know about. But what's going to come after the dollar? And the real question, because there will be something after the dollar. They're printing so much money. The dollar as we know it is not going to exist forever. No fiat currency ever has existed forever. But how smooth will the transition be? That is the question. Now, I've heard a lot of talk about Fed coin or some sort of digital currency coming out of the Fed. And if they could just do like a transfer system, then my worries of, say, my mom's 401k, I don't have to worry that much, because maybe they're just like a one-for-one conversion over to the new system. That would be good. But what if it happens kind of like it did in Venezuela, or the Banana Republic, or Germany back in the 40s or 50s, whenever their inflation hit? That's what I'm worried about, because there was a period of time where it was pretty bad for a lot of people. Now, I don't think, when I say these questions, I'm not saying this is all going to happen. I just like to actually question so I can, well, number one, I'm interested in it, and number two, to be prepared for it if something were to happen. Now, as I've shown in another video that I just made, I'm actually preparing my homestead, and I am preparing for anything. I think having a garden and chickens and all that, to be honest, if I'm being real honest with you, I think it's just cool. It's probably something that just interests me now that I'm getting a little bit older. I mean, I wasn't this interested in it years ago, but the older I get, I'm starting to see the value in being self-sufficient. So that plays a huge role in my decision on doing all the stuff that I'm going to be doing around my house and the stuff I already have done. But at the same time, I see it as pretty valuable in what could or maybe might happen in the years to come. We know for a fact they are printing trillions of dollars. And if you know anything about supply and demand, if you just create a bunch of something out of nothing, it becomes worthless. I need to cut all this grass. So my bets are that the dollar will be converted into something else. Or, I guess, let me rephrase. My bet is that the dollar as we know it will no longer exist in a few years. I don't know how many years, but definitely in our lifetime. What do you think it's going to be? You think it's going to be gold, cryptocurrency, a digital coin from the Federal Reserve? Leave it in the comments below. Look at that. There's a tree that has fallen. That's a creek right there, and a tree has fallen right in the creek. So I actually need to get all this cleaned up. I mean, typically I cut this, but this year I've just been too lazy, so I just haven't done it. This is another plot of land here that I just don't do anything with. I don't really know what to do with it. So, give you a little 360 view there. Yeah, he's not gonna get fleas or anything. Come on, Apollo. Jesus, I should have never brought him down here. But he enjoys it. So, whatever. But a lot of these things, they're on my mind. I don't want to see my loved ones get hurt by anything, because I'm not part of some royal ruling class, come from, middle class background, everyday people, and All I do know is there are going to be a lot of changes. In the long term, changes for the good. From a spiritual standpoint, we're going through, we just started a few years ago, Ascension. If you don't know what Ascension is, it's just basically going from spiritual darkness to spiritual light. We've now entered into the light. It might not seem like that, but that's just because all of the crap that has always been there is now being brought to the surface. It's like a detox. You got to get all the crap out first before you can replace it with good stuff. So, who knows on the timelines, but I'm very optimistic about the future of the world and of humanity as a whole. But we need to all become more loving and giving, caring, kind people, all the positive emotions. And we need to learn to help each other. And don't just downvote this video because, oh, because of this and this and this and that and that and that. I'm just proposing questions. I'm trying to start a conversation. So if you agree with anything, even though I've just kind of made a roundabout topics here, so it's kind of a quick little improv video. But if you can add to what I'm saying, leave it in the comments below. I mean, if you're even seeing this video on YouTube, there's like not that many people who even see my videos. They're on some other platforms like BitChute, Library, CocoScope, get a little bit more views. Smaller platforms, so YouTube, there's like so many videos uploaded all the time. But anyway, with that said, I'm gonna end this video. You saw my baby chicks, saw some of my bigger birds, and here's some wood, a little bit that I'm gonna, bug flew in my mouth, pretty gross, that I'm gonna be making my chicken coop with. So I'm gonna get going on that, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I might leave some links below for those tools that I saw in there on Amazon. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Check the description below. They're only like $50, $30 for, seems like pretty good quality tools to me. So check that out, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.